Buenas tardes, my name is Carmencita and I am obsessed with cookbooks, cuisine, food history, and everything related to it. Especially Caribbean food. And where does it come from? But I'm also obsessed with Asian food. So, I don't know, I'm obsessed with food as a whole. And this week I'm bringing you black food. What a beautiful cover. I didn't want to wear anything colorful because I didn't want to take attention from this cover. It's so beautiful. And the back has fried plantains. Oh my god, I love fried plantains. So yes, any book that has fried plantains should be purchased. Okay, that's like my personal take on this. I didn't hear it from anyone else. And this time we're gonna talk about Bryant Terry because he is the, let's say not author, but like editor and compiler of this incredible piece of work. I think I cannot say that this is a cooking book because it's not only a cooking book. It is way much more. It has art, it has history, it has all sorts of, I can tell you, it even has potions. I know, sounds bizarre, but it does. And it is so well done. It's so outstanding that I am so surprised at what cooking books and this sort of multidisciplinary art books are bringing. It's all focused on the African diaspora, and it's a compilation of the love, the history, the pain, and the happiness. And it just makes you feel so proud. I'm not black and I'm not an African American. I'm actually Colombian and I come from the Caribbean, from a city called Cartagena. But I can tell you that I got so much pride of just reading some of the stories in here. There are Afro-Latino background people in this book. There are people from Africa, people from United States, all of them coming together. And if you are curious about who they are, it's so many people. In the first page, you get all the names of all the people that contributed to this book. There's so many. So, I'm not gonna take more time from you and let's just talk about Bryant Terry. So who is Bryant Terry? He is an Afro-Vegan chef and also author of 4 different Afro-Vegan books. The one that is in my list right now that I think looks incredible and you should have a look at it because it's so hermoso, just the cover is outstanding, is Vegetable Kingdom. So that's gonna be in my list and I'm probably gonna make a video about it because I am trying my best after watching so many Netflix documentaries. I know you're watching those Netflix documentaries too about like how bad it is, the meat industry. So I'm trying my best to switch into a more sustainable cooking and also where can I find recipes that are similar to my culture and come from my background but are vegan. And this has become very important to me. So I think if you are into that same topic, you should definitely check Bryant Terry because he is all about that. Sustainability, social sustainability, but also food and food practices that are connected to our history. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you that Bryant Terry he's an award winner from the NAACP, which is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People in the United States. I'm leaving a link below on the history of this organization. It is fascinating and you should totally know about it. But apart from that, he also has a publishing company that does publishing of books such as this one for people of color. It's stories and art and everything from people of color, non-fiction. And it is focused on health, justice, and a world built for all, sustainability. So I think that if you are into this type of books and you are into social justice, you should definitely check and follow 4 Color books. Their books that they are bringing this year are also amazing. I think there's one about Black yearbooks. Anyway, I just wanted to say, check it out. It is mind-blowing and nobody should miss that. So here are all the names of the contributors, as I showed before. This amazing logo, which I want to have like, it would go perfect in a hoodie, no? How can I get a hoodie with this one? They should sell it. If you're watching these 4 Color books, please sell it. Anyway, here's the table of contents, and when I first saw these, I was a bit confused, like, where are the recipes? But hold on, don't panic. There's this table of contents which goes into like the main topics of every chapter. And this is when I start telling you that this book is so much about setting the mood. So you will see the recipes soon, but these are the main topics in which they go and delve into arts or history, and also include the recipes in the middle. So you have the prologue, and then motherland, migrations, spirituality, leisure and lifestyle. And my favorite ones are the last ones, which are land liberation and food justice, Black women, food and power. That one is amazing. Okay, and then Black queer food, radical self-care. My personal favorite was radical self-care. So I came to this book for the food, but I stayed for the self-care. And Black future, of course. And then you have the actual content in terms of recipes. And what I like of this part has been the fact that there's so many contributors. So you get to see, I've already started following people that I found here that the recipes were great and I had no idea they existed. And it gave me so much info about who is out there that is doing things related to African diaspora or like Caribbean. And I love vegan and vegetarian notes here. These little green and aubergine, they're so cute. I think that it's great to be able to go into a book and immediately know, are these recipes, can I do this for a vegan dinner? Especially now that I'm going through my vegan phase, or I hope it stays and it's not a phase. So please, vegan friends, don't kill me for saying that. But I think we are in this moment of time that we want to be healthier, but we want to be kinder to the world and to the planet and to the animals and everything. So it's good that we can see books and cookbooks specifically moving in that way. So this is really great. This is just one kind of pictures. And then here is the introduction. And I love this quote by Audre Lorde, which if you have never read Audre Lorde, you must do it. Like, you must go run right now into, I don't know, wherever you buy books, hopefully a local bookstore, and just buy a freaking book by Audre Lorde. And if you haven't, I mean, I don't know, you can ask about it or all, but I think it should be part of the curriculum in schools. It probably is, I don't know. It wasn't when I was growing up. Didn't they make you only read, I think I had to read some books that made no sense to me because I was living in the Caribbean and most of the books were European centered. So yeah. Okay. Sometimes we're blessed with being able to choose the time and the arena and the manner of our revolution, but more usually we must do battle where we're standing. I love that quote. And the introduction is very explanatory of why the effort of doing this book. I really recommend you to read it. I have marked so many things in this book, as you can see, because I'm kind of crazy like that. Let's go into look into how does it look a recipe. And this one is for a Ghanaian crepe cake. As you can see, it's very extensive, a lot of explanation. You have also all the ingredients in cups. I wish there was some kind of other metric, the other metric system, so I can follow here in Europe, but yeah, I got used to it now. I love that this recipe has a Milo ice cream, and whoever comes from the developing world, like they call us, you will forever eat Milo. Like from Asia to Africa to South America, we're all consuming Milo. Anyway, here, this one was by Selassie. And apparently you serve it with Grand Marnier Diplomat cream and Milo ice cream. And I'm definitely gonna do this recipe because I think this would be a winner recipe in Colombia, swear. Or anywhere. In this one, this is the explanation. So like the format, as you can see, a lot of explanation, also an explanation of the author of the recipe, where does it come from, and then it goes into the actual recipe. So I really like this, and the thing that I like the most about this book is that there is this large explanation about where does the recipe come from. I want to show a little bit of this explanation or of like the origin of this recipe. So Sankofa is a Twi word from the Akan tribe in Ghana, meaning to go back and get it or to return for it. The symbol is based on a mythical bird with its feet firmly planted facing forward and its head turned backward. The Sankofa symbolizes the Akan people's quest for knowledge, while never forgetting the wisdom of the past. Sankofa is about returning to one's roots, and for me, it's about returning to my culinary roots. I mean, this is the kind of information you get from all the small explanations from each author. So I love it. Yeah, it could be nice to have some small pictures of step by step, but I guess then it will be double the size, this book. Okay, I marked this one because I'm gonna do this hot sauce, and I love the picture. You are going to find recipes like this one, Jamaican style Aki and Kalalu patties, which I think are very similar to what we can find in San Andres in Colombia, in the Caribbean, like all the patties there. There's also, my favorite one is with crab meat. It's so good. And there's a woman at the opposite side of the island, I mean far from the city center, that just puts her place on Sundays by the road, or maybe Saturdays, I'm not sure. She's so good at this. I'm probably gonna get the name of her and just post it, because whoever goes to San Andres Island, she's amazing. You should try it. I like this whole writing about rice, the importance about rice, and I'm obsessed with rice. You'll see it in some of the books I'm going to review next, because yeah, rice is my thing, as it is for most of people that come from the Caribbean. Then I have this one that I thought was interesting, green banana chowder, because it reminded me of the soups that we have in Colombia, in the area of Cali and like Valle del Cauca. In Tuluá and all that area, they make a soup that is with tostones or patacones, how we call them in Colombia, which is green plantain fried. So I'm really looking forward to trying this recipe. And then this one I place here because it's just so freaking beautiful. And then I found all the social media for Lani holiday, and I totally recommend it. And it's I Love New York pink and gold cookies. And look at this picture. What? Like, I could have this picture on my kitchen because it's so beautiful. And all I can think of is like 4 color books. Please just sell all of this material as like posters and like all sorts of things so we can decorate our kitchens. Okay. Also, as I mentioned before, with all these big topics on food liberation, for instance, and women rights, there's also the queer chapter, and they have queer intelligence. This essay was really good. I'm gonna be reading some of the parts of it for social media because I don't want to include it in the review right now. And I also wanted to show this one, this is a part of the self-care chapter, and it says healing rose bath, soak, and vibrational okra bath. And this is how it looks, and look how pretty it is. And I so want to do this, just have like a healing moment. And also the push and whiskey as ritual they have here to survive a hurricane years later. How good is this? It's really, just read it because it's so beautifully done and smart. And then there's this overnight ancestral tonic that I really like too. So as you can see, there's so many different recipes. Everything is like super well done. The pictures are so beautiful. There is so much to see in this book and to absorb. And not only that, there's also art. So in every chapter, you will get a different artist, and then you get images from those artists' art. So I think my favorite, I don't know if I marked it here, but I had a favorite. Look at this one, Black Women, Food and Power. This is my favorite image from artists in the entire book. So good. I'm following these artists now online, and I'll put the links of so many of these artists that I like under in the description. Yeah, so this is how it looks. And let's go into rating. Okay, I'm back with scoring. And in this case, I think that in terms of clarity of instructions, this is a 4. It is very clear, ingredients are there, the measurements, it's not complicated. I do feel that for me to give a 5, I would have to have some kind of step-by-step images in 1 or 2 or maybe like 4 of the recipes I saw, because I don't know how it looks from one stage to the other, and because I'm not used to certain ingredients, then it will be helpful. Ingredient accessibility, I think that this is a 3. I still think, and then again, like always, I live in Sweden, which means that to get ingredients is very hard. Maybe I can extend this to a 3.5, because one does get in the north of Europe more ingredients from Africa than regular ingredients in South America. But okay, it is possible to cook so many of the things in this book, so many of these recipes, but it will be hard to get the ingredients and it will be expensive. I think it really depends where you live. In terms of cultural sensitivity, I think this book is a prime example of what you can do when you're culturally sensitive to very big topics, including history and culture and like history of food in general. Because you don't want to go into cultural appropriation, or you don't want to feel like you're an outsider. And I think that 4-Color Books did an amazing job with this one, in the sense that you feel included. I felt included all the time, although I'm not African American and I am loosely related through the Caribbean to the African diaspora. But I think it really felt like I could be there. I could hold this book, I could learn from it, and I didn't feel like an outsider. So I think that they did an amazing job just compiling all this information, but also I don't know, like, it's really hard to express it in words, because it is very rare that you just feel that it's a cookbook and you read a recipe and that's about it, or maybe you have some hints of history. In this one, there's so much feeling. I mean, this that they did with the playlist and all the art in it and all the people contributing to it and the potions and all the self-care. It's so much love in it that you kind of end up feeling very proud of having this heritage and culture and history and background. And I think this is like a 5 in terms of cultural sensitivity. And right away I'm gonna jump into originality, because I have not seen a book like this one in a while. I mean, perhaps it's maybe one of a kind, because you don't get to see POC and African diaspora and all these topics, big topics, important topics, explained with such beauty and effort anywhere. So I think that this is more than a cooking book. This is definitely a very original book, and I would call it an art piece in some way. A snapshot of Black food and an art piece is what it is to me. I don't know. So yes, I think this is a 5 in originality, and I think that this is like, it's a must for anyone that wants to have a proper cooking book collection that includes other cultures, or at least if you're a person of color, you should definitely think about getting this book, because it gives so much back to you. And finally, would I buy this book to a friend? Yes, definitely I would buy this book for a friend just like me, trying to discover more of the world of the Caribbean, of the African diaspora, of what is happening in cooking and in the heritage of cooking and cooking recipes. So if you're an obsessed person like me and want to have information from the source, then I think this you should get to your friend. And also, definitely I'm gonna buy it for myself. I already put an order and I got the local library to buy this one. So I saw it and I was like, can I require the Swedish government to pay for this book so you can have it in your library and share it with the rest of the population? So they said yes. So yes, I'm gonna send this one back and I'll have an order for mine. And I hope you like really much this video, and I think that on the next one is gonna be the next book, Jubilee. and it's recipes from 2 centuries of African American cooking. And as you can see, there's a lot to be said about this one, and it's just so precious. I really, right now I'm just researching about Tony Tipton Martin, which I didn't know about, and I didn't know of, so I am going to be reviewing that one on the next one. I hope you like this video, and see you next week.